Good afternoon. Lost myself there for a second. Welcome, Akwaaba. This is Akwaaba Yoga. My name is Mark, and as always, it's a pleasure to be with you on the mat. Another month has passed. Summer has come and gone. But yeah, looking forward to practicing. It's going to be a 25-minute flow. If you've practiced with us before, do listen to your body and enjoy the practice more than anything. We're going to really just try and connect with our breath for the next 25 minutes and really just find a state of presence and enjoy moving our limbs. So yeah, let's get cracking. Let's get started. I'm going to start standing up, probably. Let's try that. So let's come into our feet. Let's feel the ground under the soles of our feet. Maybe take our feet beyond hip distance apart. And take the palms and face the palms down. Going to close our eyes. Tuck the elbows in towards our ribs. Roll the shoulders back so we're nice and long in the spine. Maybe draw the belly in. Just become aware of the sounds around. Take stock of our surroundings. Wherever it's noises, wherever you're practicing. Perhaps it's distractions from outside, cars passing, people talking. Just be aware of the sounds where we're standing right now, but know that those sounds don't need to be a distraction. They don't need to define our energy or our mood. And let that be our takeaway for today. Let that be a note to ourselves that outside forces, outside energies and factors don't need to regulate how we feel and how we move about our day, how we feel about ourselves. And if we do find ourselves in situations where the noises become a distraction or create anxiety or angst or frustration, let's just start to connect with our breath to bring ourselves back to us, to who we are, and let our breath control our energies. And with that, let's take a deep inhale in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Feel the softness in your shoulders as you exhale, and again, inhale in and exhale out. Keep that going. Deep breath in and a longer exhale. Deep inhale in. And on the exhale, let's start to bend the knees. Finish repressing that negative energy and the distractions down, keeping the back straight. Slight bend in the knees and then turn the palms up. Inhale to draw the energy up. And exhale to press down. And again, flip the palms. Inhale to come up. Flip the palms over. Exhale to press down. Keep this going. Now this could be our yoga for the next 25 minutes. Just tune into our breath. I'm going to take 2 more of these, however, for coming to stillness. So wherever you are, just take 1 more round. Inhale to draw up. Exhale to press down. Last one. Inhale, draw up. Keep standing up, and exhale, let the arms fall down between the sides and the sides of the body, and blink the eyes open if they're closed. And start to sway the body from side to side. Just let the arms be heavy and loose. There's no challenge here. We're just letting the body give into gravity as the arms flop from side to side. Keeping the chin off the chest so we're nice and long in the body. And relax. So start to come to stillness again. Space the palms forward, maybe to bring the feet towards hip distance. Again, roll the shoulders back, stand up nice and tall. Now we find ourselves in Tadasana, our mountain pose. Again, lift the chin to the chest, roll the shoulders back. Take a deep inhale in. And sigh it out. I'm going to turn and face the front of the mat. Step forward. And we bring the feet together. Let's bring our hands into prayer in the center of our chest. Roll the shoulders back. On the next breath, let's take the prayer up towards the ceiling, following the hands with the gaze. And on the exhale, we're going to bend from the hips to come all the way down, bringing the prayer through the chest, Uttanasana. And come into a forward fold. Again, we're letting the torso hang heavy here. Just sway the body from side to side. Maybe keeping a bend in the knees. Again, there's no challenge here to touch the floor. Just allow our body to feel relaxed. And come to stillness once again. Let's take the hands to the shins. So we lengthen that through the arms, roll the shoulders back as we come up for our halfway lift. Just take the gaze beyond the front of the mat. Engage through the core, draw the belly in. Exhale, forward fold. And again, halfway lift. Exhale to release. 3 more of these. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. 1 more in your own time. I like doing these in the morning, straight out of bed. When the lower back is a little bit tight, it's good to lengthen out the back this way. Let's deep bend into the knees and start to shoot the arms up towards the ceiling once again, bringing the hands into prayer at the top. Take the gaze up towards the hands. Exhale, hands into prayer at the center of the chest. Once again, let's draw the prayer up to the ceiling. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Inhale, shoot the arms up towards the ceiling, but long through the body. The prayer goes high. Exhale, hands into prayer at the center of our chest. 1 more. Lengthen that through the arms, take the prayer high. Exhale to bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Rolling the shoulders back, take the gaze beyond the front of the mat. Exhale to release. Just hold it here. Just keep this position with the body, the torso, nice and heavy. Maybe we're going to take our right hand onto the outside of the left leg, whether it's on the outside of the left thigh, left knee, left shin, or left calf. If your hand is able to touch the floor, maybe take the hand on the underside of the left sole of the foot. We're going to start to open up through the body, start to lift up through that left hand towards the ceiling. See how far you can open. Again, there's no challenge here. Just listen to your body and explore that space. Maybe take your gaze out towards the hand or just let the head hang loose. Number 2.
Another one, and a release. Bring the hand back down, release your grip wherever it might be, and enjoy just giving yourself time off, just relax into the fold before we get ready for the opposite side. So taking the left hand, this time onto the outside of the right thigh, maybe the right knee, the right shin, right calf, or towards the underside, towards the sole of the right foot. Take a slight bend in that left knee, long in that right leg, and we're opening up the body towards the right side of the room. So lifting up that right hand, maybe place the right hand on the sacrum, the lower back. Just take your gaze towards the right side of the room for number 2, another 1, and release. Forward fold. And wherever you are, let's all start to bend into the knees. Now perhaps the heels lift up off the floor. And then place our hands down at the front of the mat. I want to bring the left knee down, the right knee, and find ourselves coming into our tabletop. I'm going to find some movement through the spine as we're going to undulate through the back. On the inhale, start to take the belly down towards the mat. The tailbone goes high. Take the gaze up towards the front diagonal. Deep breath in. Exhale, press the hands to the mat. Find space in between the shoulder blades. Take the gaze towards the navel. Draw the belly in. And reverse it out. Inhale in. Take the gaze high. And exhale to take the gaze back towards the navel. So we're just taking our cat and cows here. Finding movement through the spine. One more in our own time. Let's come back to a neutral spine. From here, we're going to draw that left foot back. So high on the left toes, lengthen that through that left leg. Let's drop down with that left heel. Let's take our right hand towards the center of the mat. From here, we're going to open up through the body, lifting that left hand up towards the ceiling. Take the gaze out towards the left hand. This is a nice variation of side plank. Number 2. Number 1. Let's bring that left hand back down. Take the left knee back towards the mat and let's come into the opposite side. So this time we're going to lengthen that through the right leg. So high on the right toes, long in that right leg, just enjoying a stretch through the right calf, the right hamstring. And now let's just drop onto that right heel. Take the left hand this time and place it towards the center of the mat. Once nice and grounded, we've got some stability. Let's engage for the core as we lift up through that right arm towards the ceiling. Open the chest towards the right side of the mat, right side of the room. So yawn the body open. Another 2. Another 1. Let's bring that right hand back down. I'm going to take the left side again. So once more, we're going to lengthen that through the left leg. We'll high on the left toes. Again, just stretch out through the left quad by pushing the left heel towards the back of the room. Before coming down onto that left heel. We're placing our right hand in the center of the mat. And once again, keep the right shin down. We can stick with that variation for 3 breaths. Or we can have a play by lengthening out through that right leg, stacking the left leg on top of the right. Taking that banana shape with the body, so pressing the left hip up towards the ceiling for another 2. Another 1. Let's bring that left hand down. Find ourselves back into our tabletop as you get ready for the right side. So we'll lengthen out through the right leg, high on the right toes. Press the right heel energetically towards the back of the room. So together, let's all come onto the right sole of the foot. Bring the right heel down. Take the left hand towards the center of the mat. Again, feel free to stay in this variation as we lift that through the right arm. Or we can have a play by stacking the right leg on top of the left leg. Both are variations of side plank. For another 2, another 1. Let's bring our right hand down. Now, whichever variation we took, let's all come into high on both toes. So we're going to find ourselves in our Kumbhakasana, our high plank. Another variation of our high plank, you can bring the knees down. And whether it's knees up or knees down, start to bend into the elbows to bring the chest down towards the mats. And relax the whole body down, uncurl the toes. We're going to press both hands into the floor. We're going to tuck our elbows in towards our ribs, bring the heels together, start to peel the chest away from the floor as we come up for our low cobra. Taking the gaze to the front of the mat, the front of the room. Let's start to bring the chest down once again. Let's take 2 more of these. On the inhale, let's press to come up. On the exhale, bring the chest back down. 1 more. Inhale to press up. Feel the floor, the mat underneath the hands. From here, we're going to lift the hips off the floor. Bring the toes together, open up through the knees. We want to take our bums towards our heels. May or may not reach. Again, there's no challenge here. Let's start to energetically bring our forehead down. We're going to find ourselves coming into our balasana, our child's pose. The arms spread out towards the front of the room. On each inhale, we're feeling our bellies press against our thighs. On the exhale, let the air remove itself from the body. Take 3 more breaths wherever you are. Enjoy being in this space. If you feel a bit tight in the knees or a bit of discomfort, just feel free to lift the bum off the heels. So you're not as squashed, you're not as condensed. Another 2. Another 1. Let's all press up and find ourselves coming back into our tabletop. So our hands, our knees, our feet are hip distance apart. We're going to curl our toes under. Press our hands into the floor, lift up the tailbone, and come into our downward facing dog. So maybe that's so just have a play as we lift up one heel at a time and find a movement, find a stretch with the back of the legs. Let's come into stillness. We're pressing our hands into the floor. Lengthen that through the arm. Tailbone goes high. We're energetically drawing our heels down. Again, there's no challenge for the heels to touch the floor. Just energetically create that motion. You can always maintain the bend in the knees. Just take the gaze towards the back of the mat, maybe in between the legs. On the next breath, we're going to come into our half pigeon. So we're going to bring that right knee towards the back of the right wrist. Let the right shin come down. My right shin is pointing out towards a 45-degree angle. And just use the left toes to walk the left leg back. Where you feel you've created enough space, uncurl the toes. Now, one aim is definitely not to feel any pain through the right knee here.
So be mindful of where your knee is here. Aim to take your right knee so it sits just outside of the right wrist, and you can stay upright like I am here. Just pressing the hands into the mat and coming into a stretch for the left hip flexor. Where there's no pain in the right knee, you can walk the hands forward and start to bring the chest down. I'm presently on my elbows, my forearms. Again, being mindful of the right knee still. And energetically, just start to bring your chest towards the floor. Just maintain your breath here. You're not fighting to come into a pose. If you're feeling any sort of discomfort, just start to ease your body out and take a modification, a variation. Now your forehead might be down on the floor, may or may not. I'm going to create a pillow with my hands and just bring my forehead onto the hands. For another 2. Another 1. And if you're down towards the floor, let's all meet in that upward position. So our hands are underneath the shoulder blades. Again, you need to toes. Start to walk the left foot forward, the left leg forward. And let's gracefully, we're going to find ourselves back in our tabletop. So whichever way we find ourselves coming into that, let's all meet in our tabletop. I'm going to curl the toes under, draw the tailbone towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. On the next breath, we're going to lift up through that left leg, and this time bring that left knee so it sits just behind the left wrist. And then use the toes on the right foot to start to walk that right leg back. So I'm looking to find space in that right hip flexor. Maybe through the psoas on the left side. Once there's no more space to be found, uncurl the toes. Again, maybe stay upright. And start to draw your hips forward towards the mat, or feel free to come down. I'm going to be here for another 4 breaths. Another 2 breaths. 1 more breath. We're going to come high on the right toes once again and start to just walk that right foot forward. Bring the the right leg back towards the center of the mat. We're going to find ourselves coming into our tabletop, pressing our hands into the mat, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Long breath in. And even longer breath out. Let's all come high on our toes. Step, walk, or jump towards the front of the mats. Let's come into our halfway lift. Inhale to come up. Exhale to come into our forward fold. Let's come up high on the toes and bend into the knees. Let's come down onto our bums, keeping the soles of the feet flat on the mat. Take the arms either side of the knees, the palms are facing up. Start to bring the back down towards the mats. Feel the back of the head on the mat. Let the legs go long. Just going to massage out through the back of the skull by
moving the head from left to right. Take a breath in here. And exhale out through the mouth. Let's come and touch Shavasana for a few breaths. So close your eyes. The palms are facing up towards the ceiling. In your Shavasana, just take note of any tension or tightness in your body. See where you're unconsciously gripping. You might be hunching the shoulders. You might be lying here with a clenched fist. You might be engaged through the feet. Just become aware of where that tension in the body is. And just relax. Just enjoy being present here, irrespective of what the week's been like or what might be lying ahead. Just give yourself the joy, the benefits of knowing that nothing external right now can influence your energy, even if it's for a couple of seconds. Just find that peace. Feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need. As I start to come out, draw the knees in towards the chest. Just give your knees a hug in, whether you're grabbing your shorts, your leggings, the back of the hamstrings, the front of the shins. Just take your knees clockwise and anti-clockwise as you massage out through the lower back. And then come into a seated position and come sitting on a block. You can come onto your shins. I'm going to finish up by just acknowledging one another. So roll the shoulders back, sit up upright. Just close the eyes. Just take one more inhale in for a count of 1, 2, 3. Hold a breath for a count of 1. And then exhale out for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just blink the eyes open. And all done. So thank you very much for joining. So that is month 9 of 2023 done and dusted. Before you know it, it'll be Christmas and we'll be looking at 2024. But anyway, that's in the future. Just enjoy where you are today. Hope you have a good day. If you're watching on playback, I hope you've had a good day or going to have a good day. Today is Sunday, the 3rd of September. And yeah, look forward to be back on the mat in October. Take care. And once again, thanks for tuning in. Love to have you with us today, Natalie, D-Man, and Queen P. Been clocking up my steps over the past week or so. So thanks for the inspiration. Take care, guys. All the best. Bye-bye.